Coming up on Falcon Fever, the women's cross-country team once again finds a way to keep on running. Find out how.
The men's soccer team received a bid to play for the national championship. See where they head for their first round.
And we'll show you how the volleyball team finished up the regular season. Falcon Fever starts now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Falcon Fever, which, of course, is your source for all of Montevallo sports. I am RJ Severtsgaard.
And I'm Coleman Sears. Most of the fall sports are either in the postseason or heading in. We start with cross country, where Coach Tommy Barksdale was just named the Regional Coach of the Year. He is only the second women's coach to be named that since Patricia Hughes in 2007 of the soccer team.
That's right, Coleman. And the women's cross-country team is doing something the university has never seen before. They are preparing to run for a national championship after finishing in the top 2 at the NCAA Southeast Regional Championship on Saturday. The Falcons finished second, securing a berth to Spokane, Washington, thanks to a team effort that edged third-place Mount Olive by just 5 points. Junior Haley Evans and Kaylee Glover led UM, finishing 12th and 13th, respectively. Montevallo's top 3 finishers, including freshman Lauren Rakia, broke the school record for a 6K race. The Falcons now get ready for the national championships.
The men's cross-country team wrapped up its 2011 campaign on Saturday at the NCAA Southeast Regional Championships. The guys finished 21st and placed higher than Pfeiffer, Carson Newman, and conference foe Francis Marion. Freshman Zach Walsh led the UM leaderboard, finishing with a time of 34:16, while fellow freshman Nick Fasanello finished just 30 seconds behind for Montevallo's number 2 in the 10K race. Now on to men's soccer. So RJ, how do you think the guys are going to do on their road to the championship?
Well, hopefully they make it all the way. Coach Hassler down there, he's got his guys riled up, and they've been on the win streak here at the end, so hopefully they can take it all the way. The guys finish up the Peach Belt Conference tournament over the weekend. After a great first round start at home, the Falcons continued to press on. UM took on UNC Pembroke in Evans, Georgia for the semifinal round of the tournament. The lone goal came in the 47th minute of play when senior Phil Jackson put in a penalty kick awarded to the Falcons. After a very physical 90 minutes resulting in 28 fouls being called, the Falcons advanced to the PBC Championship final. And it was a hard, long fight as UM found themselves taking on rival Flagler College for the Peach Belt title. Giuliano Frano put one in from a Tyson Eo corner kick to make it 1-0 after the first 30 minutes, and UM went into the half with the lead. Unfortunately, the second half was a completely different match, with Flagler scoring 3 unanswered goals and Montevallo playing a man down due to a red card. Flagler College won the conference crown 3-1.
Well, with the men's basketball season tipping off soon, we wanted to know how the team was doing as they prepare to start things off.
So we asked a couple of the guys to come in and talk to us about the new year, and Falcon Fever correspondent Arky Shea is with those 2 members of the squad to do so. Arky?
Thanks, RJ. I'm here with Demarcus Catchings and Jeff Hefner, 2 of the members of the men's basketball team, as you can tell. To start with you, Demarcus, you're one of the 5 seniors on the team. What are you sort of looking for, and do you sort of feel an onus upon yourself to sort of lead this team onto a conference and hopefully a national crown?
Well, as a senior, I mean, you don't want to leave on a bad note. I mean, you don't want to end your career, you know, leaving a bad taste in people's mouth. But I'm not really concerned with, you know, being the man on campus or on the team. You know, I'm really, as a team, we're concerned with one goal, and that's winning the national championship.
Jeff, you're one of the 9 new faces on this Falcon basketball team. How do you think you've transitioned into Coach Danny Young's offense and defense?
Coming in from a JUCO, we ran a full round 1 offense. It was a big change. Coach Danny Young runs 2 post players, so that's very good for me. And Demarcus is really post friendly. It was a big change at first, got yelled at a lot, but I'm catching on pretty good.
Demarcus, we know you enjoy the defense, and you also enjoy a little bit of flash if you can get in the breakaway. So let me ask you a preference. You have your choice between a great defensive stand to where maybe you get a giant block or a big steal, or you get to get in transition, you get to throw one down and get the crowd excited. What do you prefer?
Well, I'm a crowd man. You know, anything to get the crowd hype. You know, that's what I'm into. You know, it's real. It's a momentum setter. You know, if I can go down and dunk and the crowd is hype, we get hype and our adrenaline's pumping. That's what I like. You know. So I'm sure my mom would be like, you know, defense wins games. You know, I believe in that. But I love pleasing the crowd.
Jeff, you guys get to start Friday against Mars Hill on the road. How excited are you to not be able to be battling each other anymore in practice? You actually get to take on another team.
So excited. That's 2 North Carolina teams, 2 teams that I know very well, and we're really excited to get down to Georgia and play those 2 teams and get out of the whole practice. And we've had a really hard conditioning, really hard preseason. Practice has been really tough, so we're really excited to get down there and play 2 North Carolina teams.
Quick bonus question. How many wins should we expect this year?
How many games do we play? All of them.
All of them?
Yes, sir. Yes,
All of
sir.
them?
Definitely.
You can find both of these guys Friday at Mars Hill taking on Mars Hill. Also, these 2 guys are on Twitter as well. I love D-Boy as well as Jeff Hefner 31, or you can just search their names. You can find them as well. But that's going to do it for us. Back to you guys over the desk.
Well, thank you, Arky. And the women's volleyball team has been struggling offensively in the final weeks of the regular season. The Falcons traveled to South Carolina to take on Francis Marion November 4th and fell to the Patriots 3-0. Anna Garrison led the Falcons with 28 assists and 15 digs. continued down the road, playing UNC Pembroke to end the regular season. The women came out strong, winning set 2 and 3 after Pembroke took the first. The Braves then came back to win the final 2 sets, winning the match 3-2. Maniati led the Falcons with 14 kills. Well, RJ, some seasons are closing and others are ramping up.
That's right, Coleman. And while the volleyball and men's soccer teams are in the postseason, the men's and women's basketball teams are just getting started. Let's take a look at the upcoming games. The women's cross-country team will travel to Spokane, Washington to take part in the NCAA championship race on November 19th.
And the men's soccer team begins their march to the national championship. Their journey begins with the NCAA Southeast Region Tournament November 9th at Mars Hill. The winner of that match plays Coker College. The Cobras are 18-2.
November 11th through the 13th, the volleyball team goes for the Peach Belt Conference title. In the quarterfinals, takes on Flagler at noon. The tournament is in Augusta, Georgia.
The men's basketball team will be playing their first 2 matches of the season in Georgia in the PBC SAC Challenge. The guys will play Mars Hill on the 11th and then play Brevard on the 12th.
The women's basketball team hosts North Alabama here at home on the 12th at 2 o'clock, and then on the 15th they host West Alabama, and tip-off that night is set for 5:30. Those games will be streamed live via Ustream.
Well, you want more Falcon Fever? We have plenty of ways to connect online.
That's right. If for some reason you just can't seem to get enough of Coleman and I, or if you ever find yourself just sitting around wondering, where could I find more Falcon Fever? Well, you can just log on to our YouTube channel to watch past Falcon Fever episodes and to see full interviews by simply searching Montevallo for you. Now, if you're a Facebooker or a tweeter, you can follow us at Falcon Fever.
And if you do tweet or leave a comment, it may be featured on next week's show. If you want to follow the teams over the weekend or for extended coverage of all Montevallo athletics, go to www.montevallofalcons.com. Before we go, we've got some comments from you, the viewer.
You gotta love those viewers' comments.
Absolutely.
On Facebook, Karen Aarons wrote about our last show. Great job, Falcon Fever crew. You entertained us once again. Well, thanks, Mom, up there from the Quad Cities. And the chair of the Department of Communications, Dr. Sally Bell, said, great work, Bruce Finkley and the Falcon Fever crew. Attaboy, Mr. Finkley, getting a little shout out there.
And on Twitter, Dave O'Neill, the father of men's soccer team member Gary O'Neill, tweeted us all the way from Ireland saying, quality show, guys, impressed week on week.
Well, great stuff, folks. Thanks for commenting, and we definitely appreciate all y'all's support.
And that's all we've got for you for now. Tune in next week for more Falcon sports coverage.
And until then, for Coleman Sears, I am RJ Severtsgaard, and we're out of here.